As live music fans and musicians, we're all at risk for permanent hearing damage. The standard options for ear protection are foam earplugs, which block everything out so you can't hear anything at all. And then there are custom musician earplugs, which are really expensive. Vibes high-fidelity earplugs, as seen on Shark Tank, are affordable, reusable earplugs designed for live music fans and musicians. Instead of blocking out all sound, Vibes reduce the volume of loud live music to a safer and more comfortable level that prevents permanent hearing damage and ear pain, while still allowing you to hear the music clearly, whether you're a live music fan or a musician. Vibes' clear, low-profile design make them virtually invisible in your ears so you can be discreet about wearing hearing protection in public. Each pair also includes a carrying case and 3 sizes of interchangeable ear tips to ensure a comfortable fit for any sized ear. Vibes are used by hundreds of thousands of live music fans and musicians around the world, and they're trusted by the country's top professional orchestras and college music programs who outfit their musicians with them. Go to vibesearplugs.com/NSR to learn more and to get yourself a pair of Vibes high-fidelity earplugs for less than $30. That's vibesearplugs.com/NSR. vibesearplugs.com/NSR. Vibes high-fidelity earplugs are great for all live music fans and musicians, and they make a great holiday gift. So check them out. Protect your ears with Vibes.
No Simple Road. Yeah, here we go.
I know the road may seem to go on forever and a lifetime.
If you were as old in human years as Darwin is in dog, you'd be going, too.
I'm pretty sure I've heard both of you guys do that.
I was just gonna say, I feel like that sometimes, and I'm sure we both have done.
Not me.
A variation of her.
I've even had a her every now and then.
Yeah, everybody. It makes you feel better to have a her.
Okay. You gotta stop doing that.
It's like when you have a stomach ache and you're laying in bed and you go, oh.
I don't do that. I hear you sometimes in the hallway doing weird shit.
It feels better to like vocal, like, oh.
Hey now, No Simple Family. This is Aaron.
And it's Mel.
This is Apple.
We're here for a very vocal Friday.
Yeah,
No
we're
Simple
talking about
Road.
body noises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Dude, my bathroom is right above yours, so, in the morning I hear things.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man. But hey, whatever.
Right on.
It's cool. We're friends. We've been friends a long time.
Oh, I'm glad I know I have an audience now. I'll bring it up a little for you. I'll throw in some vocals and things too.
Trumpets, a horn section.
A little bang, a little percussion rinse.
Well, speaking of percussion rinse, no, I don't know how to segue this. Just our guest this week on No Simple Road, here in the studio with us is our friends Bodhi Mojo. Well, part of Bodhi Mojo.
And
Chris,
Baby Boy.
Yeah, Jeremy,
Jack,
Baby Boy.
Baby Boy were here with us a few days
Happy
ago.
belated birthday, Baby Boy.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jeremy.
We didn't realize that when we did this interview, your birthday was the next day. So
we blew it.
Yeah, we blew
you
it,
should have been like, it's my birthday tomorrow. We would have celebrated.
It's my effing
We
birthday.
celebrated anyway.
It's my effing birthday. Birthday shuffle all day.
Wow, Mel.
Damn.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
There you go, Baby
Birthday
Boy.
shuffle
That was
song.
just for you from Mel.
Yes, it was.
Boom.
Yeah, man. We're talking all about the upcoming Mojo Family Fest.
Ooh.
If you're not already in the know about the coolest festival
In the
here
Pacific
in the Pacific Northwest, well, now you will be.
Exactly.
You've heard us talk about it on the show before, I'm sure. And if you haven't, you're going to hear us talk about it again today. I did tell Jack this, and I'm going to repeat it again for those that don't already know. Like, No Simple Road has done a lot of festivals in the past, and one of the commonalities between those festivals is coming home feeling like a train or a truck hit me several times during that festival. And I have to honestly say that Mojo Family Fest has been the consistent one festival that I've left feeling better than when I went in.
I think that definitely has to do with the festival, but it also has to do with the travel. We don't have to travel that much.
Well, that's true.
Short little drive, so it's not
or like 40-minute drive.
Yeah, so it's not like we're on a train, getting all our shit, driving from place to place. Like that happens a lot with the festivals we go to because we're getting outside of our state and doing things.
It also is like, it is home festival, but just for you, those of you out there thinking of traveling, it is worth traveling to as well. It's a chill festival. It just has such, like, everybody knows everybody. Well, you'll hear us talk about it in here. We go over a lot of detail, and we're really looking forward to it. I feel like Dazed and Confused at the end. It's like top priority of the summer. Getting fucking Mojo Family Fest tickets.
Well, do it. Go get tickets. No, there'll be a link in the show notes for the tickets and all that. This is June 27th through the 29th in Oregon City at Red Mud Ranch, where it was last year. And we got a pretty stacked lineup this year.
I got it right in front of me.
Do it, Mel.
So The Works is going to bring 2 sets. So is Bodie Mojo. We have Chalk Dinosaur, Disco, Sponge, which will be their last performance as a band that day. So
other headliners are going to be announced. We got the Chicken Shit Gamblers, Family Mystic, the Gold Souls, Hard Maybe, JC Proof, Left on 10th, the Marcelo Guitron Band, No
Walian.
Simple Road.
No Simple Road.
Spencer Maryland Band, Super Secret Band, Supernatural Beavers featuring Madison True, Walian, Ren the Band, and the artist at large,
Charlie Brown
of Mono Neon and Greater Kind. So yeah, this is a one you don't want to miss.
No.
And we're going to be there. We're going to be opening up the festival.
That's pretty spectacular, actually.
I know. I'm super stoked.
Well, first of all, it's a huge honor. I didn't realize that until a few days ago.
Until Jack said it. And then you were like, oh, shit.
Oh, well, I had to process that like I knew what I was talking about. So all you can listen like I'm pretending like I knew that when you hear the episode. But that's a pretty big responsibility to kick off the festivities of this 5-year and running festival.
Yeah, we're
homegrown.
We gotta like kind of set the tone for it and stuff. We could get crazy with it. And, we're not doing fire
crazy.
this year.
No fire.
No, we can still get crazy. Like wind confuses everybody.
Wind is confusing. It's confusing when it's windy, man.
Yeah, I can't hear when the wind is blowing.
What?
Huh?
There it is. See what happened? I'm all confused now. No, I'm super stoked that we're getting to do this. It's an honor to have been included in the past. What is this?
This will be our fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah, this is their fifth one, and we've been to 4 of them. We missed the first one.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked for all of you to hear this conversation with Jack and Chris and Baby Boy. But we're going to do the business real quick and then get you to this conversation. So follow No Simple Road at No Simple Road on the social media platforms. You can go to our website, find out about where we're going to be, what we have coming up, past episodes. We have merch there, all kinds of website stuff. You can even get a tarot reading from Mel
That's
and I.
right.
Yeah, we do tarot, Mel and I. And
we sure do.
You can sign up there. Also, you can go to patreon.com/No Simple Road. That is how you can monetarily support the fam. And to all the people that have signed up recently, I say a fond hello and happy
you.
that you're here.
A fond hello.
Are you getting this, Apple?
Yeah, I do. So you can go over to Apple Podcasts.
We're doing the business?
Yeah. I'm already in it, babe.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the business.
Wow, Mel. All right. Mel's really paying attention, everybody.
Let me just say this, you guys. Not that you need any explanations, but I've had a lot going on in my brain. I've been learning new stuff. I've been doing a lot, and it's no excuse.
Nobody needs to.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Put your excuses in a sack.
Sorry, sack.
We're all a little off tonight. Fine.
It's okay.
It's fine.
I'm on steroids. So
Apple's all angry and roided out.
I do. I got a skin condition and I'm on steroids.
All right, cool. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Oh, so you can go over Apple Podcasts and you can leave that 5 stars. That's easy to do. Like, oh no, not 3, not 4, 5 stars. But you could go above and beyond, and you can do this. You can leave a review.
Somebody left a review.
Somebody left a review.
Beyond.
This is from
Thank you, somebody.
MD Dead, which I gather is Maryland. I'm thinking here.
MD Dead.
Yeah. Well,
What about medical
Or
doctor?
Okay, well, you'll hear it's in the message too.
Okay.
I cheated. So inspiration moves me brightly. 5 stars.
Oh.
Hey, No Simple Road.
Hey.
That's it. Cool. No.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the inspiring stories and great music recommendations. I am an artist in Maryland. I love the Grateful Dead and all things jam band related. I make tie-dye clothing and accessories on the side and work for Music City, Maryland Association. We organize live music events April through October. Your interviews always inspire me to keep putting positive, creative things out into the universe where it is much needed. I've been listening for years, and I hope you all keep going for a long time.
Don't worry, we ain't stopping
thank
anytime
you.
soon. Thank you very much, MD.
I hope to run into you all at a show sometime. Johnny O.
All right, Johnny O.
Heck yeah. Thank you for that.
That was heartfelt, and that made me feel good.
I think that more than anything, when people talk about us putting out positivity, that I really can appreciate that, because we don't like sit back here and be like, all right,
let's put out positivity, everybody.
but at the same time, we do make a conscious effort to not be negative and throw, horrible shit in people's heads,
Yeah,
right.
this is true.
I like
don't
that.
throw
Now,
horrible shit.
now I have that. I'm gonna have that voice in the back of my head prepping for the podcast.
What?
What I fun, guys?
Let's go to positivity.
I like that voice.
I do too.
That was
And
fun.
you know what? While I'm thinking about it, before we finish the business, I want to do a shout out to Rosie Rowe,
What?
who has been, since the jump of No Simple Road, has been a supporter and a listener of the show.
Yeah.
Is a Chan donator.
Yep.
And recently wrote some really sweet comments on our Patreon page.
Aw.
And it came at a really perfectly timed for me. I was feeling kind of blue that day, and it was really sweet what she said. And just thank you, Rosie, for saying what you did. Don't think that it went unnoticed. I think I did comment back to you, but I just wanted to shout you out on the show and say thank you and let you know how much we appreciate you and that you've been with us for so long, and
You really have.
for your kind words and your support. It means a lot. So that's
Rosie.
that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Rosie Rowe.
You can also call 971-808-1524. That is the No Simple Road tepid line. You got 3 minutes to say whatever the hell you want.
And it's fun.
Yeah, do it. It's fun.
As long as it's clear and legible, it's always a good time to hear what people have to say. Sometimes it's weird, but
We like weird.
Yeah, I like it. Weird's cool.
And I guess what I'm saying is the participation is awesome, and it's always welcomed.
This is true. And you know what? You can also tell somebody you love about No Simple Road, because
right.
that is how we spread the mycelial network that is the No Simple Road family,
Yeah.
from one person to
Yeah.
another.
Hear a good episode? Share it.
Make everybody feel good.
That's right. All right. You want to hear a good episode that'll
Sure
make
do.
you feel good? Let's hang out with the crew from Bodhi Mojo and Mojo Family Fest. Should we do that?
Yeah.
All right. How are we going to do this?
Let's say their names. Let's see.
I don't know how to do this. Everybody, this is a moment where we're going to pause and discuss. Hold on. Okay, we've reached a consensus. We got it, everybody?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Jack, Chris,
and Baby Boy from Mojo Family Fest.
Yeah, but what day of the week is it, Mel?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, sing it, Apple.
Saturday.
I know that one.
Hey, everybody. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
We got part of Bodhi Mojo in the house. Got Baby Boy here. Whoop, whoop. What's up, everybody? How's it
What's
going?
up? What's up?
So, tell us everything.
Oh.
I want to hear it all.
All right.
Go.
Well, right here we have the organizers of Mojo Family Fest here.
Hey.
Yeah, we're all been working hard. Blake from the Get Down wasn't able to be here, but he is now officially our production manager. For
What?
the fest.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's a score.
phenomenal.
Huge score. We were super stoked, honored, and
What does a production manager do?
wow.
Manages
Everything.
production.
I mean, clearly you'll leave out some details, but like
Thank you, Apple.
generally, what is Blake helping y'all do for the fest?
He does probably similar to what he does on a daily basis at the Get Down.
Okay.
Thinking about infrastructure, that's a big part of his job. Making sure everything runs smoothly. Chris, Jeremy, and I do a lot of pre-planning, but again, like we also play the headlining sets.
Yes.
So he takes a huge load of our back, like during the actual event. So
Yes.
the week of the event, He's running stuff. He's got all the walkie channels. Everybody reports up to Blake.
This is really great news to hear because you all were working your freaking tails off and then killing it on stage. That is a really dramatic mental shift that you have to do when you're like, oh shit, we're running out of toilet paper or whatever. The
Porta
thing
potties
is.
are full.
Yeah,
Gotta
and
get
then
them out in 10
you're thinking
minutes.
of your set and like, you know, getting like, what?
A naked Spunion just ran on stage.
Thank you, Blake, for taking that on.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to Nelson Unsworth. Who
Oh,
was our
Nelson,
press
yeah,
and
last
manager
year.
Last year, he did so much. He helped out a ton, and yeah, we're stoked to have Blake on. Nelson's coming back too. He's bringing those big, beautiful tents in front of the stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, baby boy, what are you doing?
I'm the lighting director, and then I kind of am just like a sounding board for any ideas that these guys have. So anything that like they need help with, like any of the little stuff, it's just like, what do you think about this? What should we do here? And then yeah, all the lighting, all the stage lighting, and everything like that.
Dope.
He's our reality check.
You know what?
What do
Everybody
you mean?
needs
What do you
that.
mean by that, Chris?
Well, like in the planning phase, like a lot of like huge ideas come
Get
out.
up on it, Chris.
A lot of huge ideas come about, and as we bounce stuff off each other, you know, like we each have our own kind of like headspace.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a good idea of, you know, everybody's read on certain decisions. So
What's the craziest idea that's been floated so far?
Meatball Summer?
Man.
No, that was 2 years ago.
Okay, well, I wanted to have it's a whole summer because we did the Meatball Summer last year, and we're not going to do this, but I wanted to dig a huge hole in front of the stage and reveal it Saturday night, and everybody could party in that giant hole with
Punji sticks in it.
That
That's
one
a tiger trap.
That
That
one
could
never
be
made
kinda
it to Baby Boy.
dangerous.
That was just my own risk.
the EEG idea was pretty sweet too.
Oh yeah, the
What?
EEG
Well,
was
we are
cool.
going to do that at one point. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a BBD.
Well, fuck it. Let's say it. All
Yeah,
right, so this
now
idea
I'm
is pretty
confused.
cool.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to go off
I'm
air,
like-
like pause it. Tell us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, EEG stands for electroencephalogram.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so it is what
it's
we
an
thought.
EEG
Okay.
measuring electric pulses from your brain. This is actually a Mike Ewers idea. Shout out our bass player, Mike Ewers.
This is
Mike.
actually a Mickey Hart thing too, but go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this. So we want to have, and you can get these on Temu, but you can get like EEG strap ups. We come out for a set. Lots of electrodes are coming from our head, and they're sending real-time brain waves to a screen in the back.
What?
And we want to have an average of all of our brain waves on stage. So I don't know what would happen, but you know,
Wow.
it would like maybe, you know, if you're synced up in a jam, maybe it starts to kind of like you get some like theta waves or delta
Wow.
waves. Yeah.
There's a thing that happens with brainwaves when like people are meditating together or group activity. It's called entrainment. So like if you think of like a grandfather clock and the whatever that thing is that hangs down that goes
A pendulum.
the pendulum, thank you. If you have two of those, right, and they're out of sync, one's going like, you know, out of time with the other, naturally over time those two things will fall into sync with each other. It's called
Yeah.
entrainment.
They got those videos with the metal balls on strings
Right.
and do that. They'll be all out of sync. The next thing you know, they're in a wave pattern or something.
So the same thing happens with human beings when we're like in flow state. Travis over at thegratefulmountain.com is doing the impossible,
What's
the
that?
unthinkable, the magical, the mystical. He is creating the coolest tie-dye gear on the planet.
and he is there to suit all of your custom orders.
He's suiting
He
you.
did, yeah, he did it for mine and Aaron's bibs. We requested the colors we wanted, and he knocked it out of the park.
Wait, I
He will
feel
do
like you have to.
shorts.
I feel like you have to qualify bib overalls because I'm not using a bib, dude.
Well, but
Well,
you can do it. Bib.
Sloppy ass. So no, you could get a tie-dye bib. You could get overalls,
Shorts, t-shirts, basically
And-
anything that's white.
And was he's doing 25% off on custom orders?
That's right.
That's right. Custom orders or anything in the shop, 25% off with the promo code NSR. And orders of $50 or more getting free shipping anywhere in the United States, man. So go to thegratefulmountain.com. That is where you go. You have to say it like that when you type it in. Thegratefulmountain.com. And then magic stuff will happen. Go, and if you don't see what you want up there, slide into the DMs on Instagram at The Grateful Mountain and tell Travis what you want, and he will give you the hookup.
Yeah,
That would be
I'd
cool,
imagine that
'cause
would
you-
happen like when you're all at a show together, you know, when
Totally.
everyone feels one with like the music and everything.
Yeah, and to add that also would be exciting for the band because you don't know what's going to happen. You like what you're going to see.
And maybe like when you
Yeah.
change to like another song or something to see what
Spikes.
that actually sounds really fun. I'm in.
It does
I'm
sound
in, guys.
fun. Yeah, and we could like you were saying, like have one person in the crowd that's also has it on their head too. pick the craziest,
Oh, wow.
the craziest
Silent, like
guy.
neuro
That's
silent
pretty-
disco.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So-
I'd put it on Love.
Karen.
See what his
Oh my
Put
gosh,
it on
yes,
Karen. That's how you
for
put it on.
sure.
Yeah.
a lot of good people.
If you Google Planet Drum, Mickey Hart,
Oh, Planet Drum is awesome.
he had a cap with, like you're talking about, looked like a swimmer's cap, but with all the wires coming off it. And there was this huge screen behind him with like 3D, a brain in 3D, and it would light up where his brain was firing. And that was controlling the sounds in his MIDI.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty dope. So,
That's literally taking it to the next level.
oh, I mean, that
really
guy's
is.
ultra nerd.
Yeah.
Well, and has a lot of money
Okay,
to do
so
whatever he wants.
is this year 4 or 5?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Okay, year 1 to year 5. What have you learned? Clearly, you'll leave something out, but like these things that kind of get you to year 2, year 3, you're kind of building on the knowledge from the first and second. Now we're at year 5. What have we learned?
I think biting off little bits at a time has helped. Where it's like you have like in those first couple of years, you had like massive ideas, and there's like budget restrictions, there's time restrictions, and
Yep.
everything. But like taking like the essentials, I guess, of like the big ideas and kind of working those in.
What about you, Jack?
I definitely agree with that. I mean, kind of what we were talking about before, the whole with Bodhi and Mojo Fest, we try to be like pretty patient and go at a pace that we always feel like we're growing and moving forward. And I mean, there's a lot of planning and like a lot of risk involved. So, and if we were ever to like take a huge dip, like I don't even know if we could do it again. So I think we're pretty confident. Like we got a good thing. People enjoy coming. People love to come back the next
Yes,
year.
they do.
So for this year, I think we realize that, and you know, one just being at the same property. This is the first time where we've ever been able to return to the same place, which is huge. So that takes a load off. You know, keeping things simple. Like people like to come, they like to party, do spiritual things, listen to music. It allows us to kind of move forward, like Chris says, like at our own pace, not biting off anything crazy, but it increases each year and we're able to have a little more production each
Yeah.
year. So it, you know, as long as it's moving in that direction.
You know, I think sometimes we, as humans, we get caught up in like the next thing. Like we do something awesome and then we want to do something awesomer, right? But like sometimes just doing something just as awesome is dope. Like it's great. Like a thing that you can rely on, that is fun, the music's good, and you don't have to have friggin' fireworks and, you know, firemen swinging from the tree or some crazy, I don't even
Firemen
know.
swinging from
I
a
like
tree.
it.
I don't know.
Have you ever thought of that one?
They're gonna hide in the
I'm
hole.
just saying, like, I think that we get all caught up in like trying to do the next best thing when really the next best thing is like repeating something great, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, podcast is over.
I
Thanks,
just
Mel.
can't help. But now I'm going to picture firemen like swinging out of the forest and stuff. They like take care of the bonfire and
Well,
things.
I was thinking about it because me and my friend Doug, we went to breakfast yesterday, and he's been to now 3 of Mojo Family Fest, and he's
So funny.
not into generally. He's not into jam music. He
Yeah,
loves
if you saw Doug on the street, you would never.
he
be
loves
like,
rap music.
He's been to
all
Phish?
he's all about rap music and just like, you know, he's going to see Kendrick Lamar and he's going to go see Wu-Tang and stuff like that. But the fun and the family vibe that he felt, he was like, before, you know, like he was like, I'm getting the VIP, I'm doing this, that, and the other. Like he's just so stoked on what you all are doing as a community and how not just you, but other bands from the community, like all rise together. That's something I feel like needs to be pointed out because you all are really good at doing that, not just elevating yourselves, but elevating the scene at large around you. And that's dope. That's such a sweet thing for our community, like our Portland, PDX, Pacific Northwest, to like, you know, there's a home or there's a spot for everybody. And I love that you guys do that. And I just wanted to thank you because you've pulled us into that. And it's literally our favorite time of the year. It's our favorite festival to do.
That's what I was going to say. Like, and this isn't blowing smoke up your ass because you guys are here. I've said this before, but like normally when we go to festivals, when it's over, you're fucking thrashed. Like after a couple days at a
you're
festival,
staying up late, you're doing all whatever.
It's over. You got to go home and recover. Every time we've done Mojo Fest, I've come home energized, like feeling awesome and like excited and stoked about our scene and like happy. And I think that's what a festival should do, right? I mean,
fill your cup.
Don't you think?
I think
make
so.
you feel at home.
Yeah. That's one thing that's like such a beautiful thing about Mojo Fest that was, you know, a lot of the stuff like we didn't have intentions for when we started. We were just kind of like hanging onto a rocket, you know, and then these things
develop, you know?
Yeah. But probably also has to do with the size too. Like, you know, you go to Lock-In, you walk like 7 miles a day, 10 miles a day or something.
30,000 steps.
They're a different vibe, you know, and I really hope those kind of festivals continue too, because it's like, it's been really tough out there for those big festivals. But yeah, we appreciate that. It makes us happy too.
I mean,
you know,
man. And
yeah.
Also, I can't really think of any other festival up here that's highlighting this scene like that. There isn't anything else really like that. Like Northwest String Summit's gone, and that wasn't local talent. I mean, there was some, but it was big names. Pickathon also, another
Bigger names,
bigger
yeah.
names. Can you guys think of anything else that's like it? The way things are in the world right now, it's always a smart move to take care of your head.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And one way that you can do that is by going to @meltmushrooms on Instagram and checking out what they've got over there.
10 different flavors of mushroom chocolates, mushroom gummies, mushroom capsules. They've even got their chocolate mushroom singles.
There's all kinds of ways to deliver this goodness that'll take care of your head or a friend's head. Anybody that needs help with their head.
That's right. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to @meltmushrooms on Instagram. You're going to DM them and send that, hey, I heard about you from No Simple Road. They're going to send you their choices of all the different flavors of chocolates and gummies, and then you will get it to your door.
And you're going to get it for 20% off too. So tell them No Simple Road sent you, and make sure that you pick the most delicious flavor available to you. I know that for me, it's going to be milk chocolate every time. Apple?
I like the mint.
Mel?
Honestly, anything's going to make me feel good.
All right. 4 grams of their sacred mushroom blend in every bar, and all the other good stuff too. So go check them out @Melt Mushrooms.
Yeah, I think the closest would probably be Re-Evolution.
In Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Or-
that's
or
not
what
here.
about- or
Not here.
Beltane.
Yeah,
It's not here.
it's
Beltane.
And that's gone.
Yeah,
Beltane's
Beltane
gone,
was
yeah.
definitely one of those.
Kind of had that feel. But yeah, nothing had like, I remember that because this will be our 4th year. We didn't make the first one, but when we came to the first one at the campground up there by your dad's place, it felt like home.
Yeah.
Like immediately when we pulled in, we set up camp, and we're like, everybody knows everybody, even if not personally, you've seen them. It shows. It's like the hometown like get down. It's so fun.
I don't know about you guys, but like going to a bigger festival, even like arriving, there's at least for me, an element of like low level anxiety. Like,
Totally.
got to get set up and find your spot. Like, I have never felt like that at Mojo Fest. It's like,
And
Slide
it's
in,
been
chill.
at different places every time. So there's always been that kind of element of surprise, if you will. Like it's the first time we're putting everybody in their campsites. It's the first time we're doing that. And for whatever reason, it always just felt like your uncle telling you, oh yeah, just drive down here. I just want to emphasize what a family feel it has, and it's in the name, and it should be in the name, because it just again, it feels right. It feels good. And people outside of our scene have caught wind of it as well about the fest and have talked about it, you know, like other
Doug
bands.
is
Yeah.
a great example of that.
Well, and even other bands have gotten wind of it too. And
oh yeah, like Leon the Third.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, Is that feeling something conscious that you guys cultivated, or was that kind of the holding on to the rocket thing and like, oh, this is happening?
I was going to say, I don't know how the other festivals, like the other ones in the Pacific Northwest got started, but I liked that it was like the first couple of years, just like Portland, Eugene, maybe like one Seattle band, because that kind of gave us like a good groundwork, I guess. And then it gave us the incentive to like, hey, maybe we can reach out to Colorado folks or, you know, and get people to travel. Cause like that's kind of part of it. It feels like summer camp where you're like traveling, you go, you kind of stow away. And we're breaking into that a little more.
Yeah.
What's your prerequisite for bands, or what are you thinking of, like when you are inviting or when you're thinking of putting it together? How do you make those decisions as far as like who's playing?
Yeah, it's a delicate, really delicate balance. There's only so many spots, and
How many spots do you know? Like, can you?
22 artists this
Okay,
year.
22 artists.
And it's tough. I mean, it's extremely tough. We want to, at one level, honor how it started as the Pacific Northwest, you know, very Portland-based jam bands, Seattle, Eugene, but we also try to be very much conscious of splitting that up between a few cities. And I mean, we had over 100 applications this year.
Wow.
Truly. That
I
filled
loved
out-
how you guys did that online too. How you're like, who do you want to see at Mojo Fest? Like, that was awesome because it's exactly like who the people that are coming. That's an awesome incentive for them to buy their ticket and be like, oh, I can be part of like who's going to be playing.
Yep. And that's it. So we want to have like, what do people want? But then we got to say, what do people not know about? Because it's like, you don't want the same thing every year.
Sure.
It has a million things, but that again, like that's where Jeremy comes in too. It's like, we're always bouncing these things off in each other. Like I can get like, by like 1 p.m. I've been working on Mojo Fest stuff all day, like 6 cups of coffee deep. And then I'm like, all right, like I got the best ideas. And then it's all wrapped up in my head. And then I sent it to these guys and I'm like, and they're like, dude, you're missing something. Like you're missing one thing, you know, a big thing, and it's easy to skip past.
A lot of the times it just comes from us like hanging out, watching music on YouTube. Where it's like, yo, wouldn't these guys fit in great? Like, wouldn't this be sick? Like, what if we had these guys come right after these guys? Like, just hanging out.
Yeah, it's a very slow burn.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of even the past years, like decisions on like, you know, the bit like the wizard thing last year, that was like a joke for a little bit. Or the meatball summer was a joke. Yeah. That was like a really late night in Portland, and it just kind of caught on. So
What about
That's the best shit.
What about the vending and the non-musical stuff? Who's in charge, and how are you guys creating that aspect? Like whether it's a workshop or a vendor or something to do as a group together, like how does that come in?
We got to get Harrison on the horn here.
Ooh, Harrison, where you
sick.
at?
Harrison's sick. We're so sorry.
Oh, sorry, Harrison.
Yeah. We have a lot more vendors this year.
Yeah, a lot more food options this year.
That's great.
Thanks to
hear.
Harrison. Harrison's doing a really good job.
Okay,
taking
so that's
care of
Harrison's
it.
side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool that everybody's got their little like, all right, plug you in here. You
Yep.
do that.
Oh, wait. Harrison texted me. Can I run some food options by you guys?
Yes.
we'll put
Okay.
a survey monkey up.
Here we go. Out to munch. That's bagels, breakfast, wraps, tacos, deep fried PBJs.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just say deep fried PBJ?
Yes.
Deep fried PBJ.
Okay.
All right.
I want to slap somebody.
Karaoke bowls on Alberta Street. It's a Portland-based acai bowl serving warm and friendly vegan options.
Wow. Okay.
Eugene kettle corn. So that's dinner.
What about the pizza truck?
Oh, pizza truck's coming back.
That's the shit.
that dude's
Pizza
like-
truck made a killing last year.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's hooking it up.
The pizza truck and the coffee. What was it? I forget what it's
Coffee
called.
tent with like the military
Yeah.
canopy.
Yeah.
Dr. Coffee.
That was
right?
like my
Yeah.
go-tos.
Okay.
I know. You got to have the coffee carts coming
Yeah, they were a
back.
cool camp.
Krabby crab cakes. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. Krabby's cab. Fuck. Oh my God. Crab cakes.
Okay.
Crab cakes, got it.
So you got po' boys, quesadillas, shrimp po' boys. They're doing gyros as well. Saltcart pizza, coffee docs coming back. So a little more
That's
options
awesome.
this year. And then my neighbor actually from where the first Mojo Fest is held cooks really good barbecue. He's never done a festival before, so Reese's Barbecue will also be there too.
Wow.
Very good barbecue.
So, yeah,
Is that your birthday, right?
he was on my birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a tea house this year too, don't we?
Ooh, you guys want to talk
Wait,
about
what?
that?
Yeah. Yeah, you know more about it, Jack.
Yeah. Tea house is super cool. So 2 of our vendors teamed up, our acupuncture vendors, and then Mel and Julian, who do little trinkets. They have a lot of other stuff. They have a whole area for a tea lounge, which would be different than the chill zone.
Okay.
We did have the chill zone that's coming back. That's like stuffed animals. Good place to be at like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Not so chill.
Yeah, you can get a little weird.
Depending on where you're at.
I stumbled into that at like 2 in the morning, didn't know it was there. I was like, what is going on?
The chill zone. Yeah. So they're doing something. They acknowledge that, but they sent us this idea. They want to have tea lounge still around the music, but this is a place to decompress. There are 2 certified acupuncturists there, and serving tea, a place to really, really relax and maybe dip away from the alcohol kind of party thing. So we want to we're super excited. They did that. Mojo Fest is a fucking party, but it's also like, we want to provide those opportunities for people to like, heal themselves and kind of center themselves maybe on like a Saturday after a long night.
You got to have balance, and like it can't just be all out
debauchery at all hours.
Yeah, because I was gonna say people come, like we go to festivals, like we go see music for our own reasons, like all of us. But like you have to put yourself outside of your own shoes, and what do not the vast majority, but like everybody's different. And they want something different, and trying to curate for that, and trying to prep as much as you can, because like it's always unexpected stuff that comes up, but like kind of have something for everybody.
I wanted to ask about that too. Like, how do you keep people safe at something like this? Like, what's the thought behind it?
Blake, especially, is huge this year because he has experience with security teams and DPSST certifications and the right people to call for that and bring in, versus just like, oh, this guy's burly, 6'5", and but people who can approach a situation the way it needs to be approached.
Yes.
Or like if someone's just not having a good time, you know what I mean? It's like that's not an aggressive situation. It's just someone needs to be pointed in the right direction, and
it can be gnarly too.
Yeah.
So you got to have the right people that know how to handle that stuff. You
got to have training and like de-escalating instead.
We haven't had Whitebird
confrontation.
We would love to like partner up with them at some point too. I think hopefully down the road. But it's the safety is when Blake came onto the team, we had just an hour of just like what he could do. That took up most of the hour. It's getting bigger, which is awesome. Bigger means more anonymous people. We love the same people coming back, but there's more people, and that's awesome. So it's become a huge like point of focus for us. And Blake's like, he just like peppered off a bunch of ideas for it. We want to have a very strong front gate, checks, wristband checks.
Yep.
And it just gets more and more important each year. So like shout out Blake Schachter, like it's going to be great.
What are you doing different from last year to this year?
As far as what's concerned?
Well, as far as like, maybe things that you overlooked last year, or things that maybe went awry last year, or things that you maybe just, again, you don't think about it until...
Fire pit. No, I'm just
Smaller fire.
Yeah.
Smaller
I do
fire,
think moving, like how it started was a pack in, pack out. So it's like a leave no trace kind of moop mentality.
Yep.
And as it gets bigger, we want to still incorporate that idea, but we have, we definitely learned about infrastructure, and like you need enough water to feed, to drink, 3 times the amount of people you're expecting to have, sort of thing. And over preparing, over delivering, and making sure everyone's happy and safe and hydrated.
Yeah.
This year we also have like smaller volunteer teams. So last year it was like one person kind of in charge of all the volunteers. This year there's 4 or 5 different volunteer like crews.
What do you know what the crews are?
So there's parking,
front gate. There's the safety team. There's merch, which is very important if you like merchandise. We have runners. We have a green team.
Pre and post, setup, tear down.
Yep. And like Jeremy was saying, it's like each of those crews has their own lead who's like specialized and knows exactly what, how to translate what they need across.
Less confusion with one person over 70 people.
Right. And then that person's too high at 3 a.m. That's bad.
Or, maybe they went to the bathroom and they didn't friggin' have their walkie and something crazy happens. Like things like that just happen all the time.
Yeah, there's like a notion about like a hedgehog and a fox. It sounds really out there, but it's a thing. It's like it's a business mentality that I heard about, but it's like you can be really good at a lot of things, or sorry, you could be sort of good at a lot of things, or really, really good at one thing. And I think we're leaning more towards that.
Yeah, towards the second.
We took a little bite off of what Oregon Country Fair does, like maybe unintentionally, maybe intentionally, but just from the fact of having those different crews. Because our volunteer coordinator last year was just like, it's kind of to the limit. It's a lot overwhelmed. So now we're trying to like empower each crew lead to have autonomy. If they're out at a bar and meet someone cool and want them to join their team, bam, cool, they got it.
Wow, that's
They start
great.
the group text, and that's kind of how Oregon Country Fair works. I mean, it's wild going into that place. You're like,
Dude,
what the fuck is going on? And there's like, I'm pretty sure half the people there are like quote unquote working. And I think they do probably a great job of that, where like everybody knows their role, and they've been doing it for 50 years too.
Yes.
But,
Well, when you realize that there's not a paid position, and that it's so organized, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of communication. It takes a lot of prep to get those people in there so that they know what their job is. Sometimes in a volunteer situation for a 3 or 4 day festival, you're not getting tons of beforehand. You're getting right now on. So you can kind of feel like, wacky inflatable arm person, like, what am I doing? But like to kudos to that mentality of thinking, like, yeah, be autonomous, be in control of that, and see how that works.
So if somebody's listening and they're like, I want to help out with the green team, or I want to help park cars,
are you at your limit?
Can they do that?
With volunteers?
I think it's closed up.
Dang.
Nice try. Next year.
Yeah, you can think about it if you're
It's the future model.
That was like, I think that was one of the big things that changed this year, is like we had a lot more people than last year reach out and be like, hey, I want to drive this train. You know
That's
what I mean?
dope.
I want to do this.
Yeah.
This is, some people wait to ask because they're really good at it, but maybe they don't see it that
I
they
think
could be a lead in that situation. But
that's definitely a way that you can measure success in something like this, other than like monetarily. If people are coming to you asking to be involved, you know that thing is working and touching people in a way where they want to give their time, talent, energy, whatever to the thing to make it better for everybody else.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It's community.
congrats.
Community
on that.
involvement,
Well, okay, I want to know about like what kind of like big dreams. Forget about what's possible,
100,000.
but like what's a big dream for each one of you guys for the festival? Like maybe not this year, but like say next year. Like money's no object. You guys get to do like what's something that you want to accomplish with Mojo Fest?
You do not have to worry when you go out this spring or summer that your outfit doesn't look cool, because our friends over at Shop Tour Bus are making sure you look cool.
Oh yeah, what are they gonna provide?
Grateful Dead inspired design t-shirts, hoodies, hats, pins, stickers.
Right in time for that Sphere run.
That's right.
And they're also looking out for your comfort, because no bullshit, these are the most comfortable shirts and hoodies.
That's true.
And one thing we never talk about is their sustainable printing practices. They use sustainable inks in all their printing, and their boxes are hand designed and one of a kind. They are keepsakes full of all kinds of extra stuff. You may even get a Grateful Dead bootleg with your order.
That's right. They just got a fresh rack from Dave. Dave, thank you for donating to the community.
Nothing better than a fresh rack.
That's right. And so when you order your t-shirt or hoodie or whatever stickers you're going to order from Shop Tour Bus, when you get to checkout, put in the promo code No Simple Road,
All one word.
and that will be shipped to you for free.
For free.
So there you go. You got your comfort, your new clothing, possibly a bootleg, all kinds of things covered.
ShopTourbus.com or at ShopTourbus on Instagram. Go throw them a follow. Go to the website, peruse, use the promo code No Simple Road, get free shipping. It's all to make you look cool.
I'd like to see in years to come, we've definitely built like the art installation and making it feel more, like on theme, or like just like interactive things that you can do if you're not there to like sit in front of a stage, right?
Totally.
So that's like in the afternoon or like late night. There's some cool inflatable thing you go into. Like
Yeah.
last year, the igloo.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was really sweet. In the river, I think having the river is huge, because we're
yes, it is.
expecting a good summer, a very warm summer. So
That's great. That's great. The art piece. I like that.
And you're saying that you are having the second stage again.
Second stage,
So
yeah.
there is okay.
The cool thing I could tell you a little bit about right now. So that second stage is totally run by the guys in JC Proof and Super Secret Band. It will be called the Super Secret Stage,
Oh,
which we're like, that is a great name,
Yes, it is.
There were some talks about not doing the second stage. I mean, like, you know, it's very grassroots. So we gotta, the risk reward thing, we're always like, okay, we want to have 6 stages. We want to do all these things, but it's just like tough decisions. They approached us and they're like, we'll do everything for you. You know, we'll bring everything out, take the weight, lift it off. So that's going to be super, super cool. Super Secret Band will be doing a late night set Saturday after the main stage ends. JC Proof the Friday night. I know, Mel, you love JC Proof.
We
all do.
Yeah, we all do.
But the vibes that they bring is just, yeah. They're, you know what? Some things just warm your heart, and when you're around it, it like affects you different. And I feel like that with that band so much. That his smile, the everything. I can never forget when it was at Rhythm's Ground and they came, like that whole entire
we're
set.
not familiar with them.
Yeah, we hadn't seen them yet. We didn't know what to expect. And I think that's one of my favorite things about festivals is that it's not a concert, it's an experience. And so the band can get outside their comfort zone and still do what they're good at, but also like have fun with it. You're in a costume, you're coming on from different parts of the stage, you're inviting people up, you're, you know, making people go in a freaking circle or whatever the thing is. It puts people in a different state of mind, and you'll remember those like forever. You remember like, oh man, that one year at Mojo Fest, like it's just a really cool, I don't know. I just love it. I love it. I love JC Proof. I love you guys.
When you have like everything you're saying too, when you have all of these people, when you have this many people volunteering, wanting to do things, that speaks volumes.
So what's a sellout? What's a sellout for this?
How comfortable it is. And
for numbers, I mean, like how big is this festival this year?
We're capping at 1,000 on the property.
Okay.
That's the infrastructure we could hold. That's the high end of that.
I didn't hear. What was that?
1,000.
Okay.
1,000 would be the number of total people that could be on the property at one time. Although the property is 83 acres. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
We had 750 on site last year.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So do you remember what the number was for like the first one?
The first person, what their name was?
No.
Yes, Jack.
Geraldine.
0001. No, the first Mojo Fest. How many people?
The backyard one or the probably like 40 people, maybe 40 to 100.
Oh, I think it was like 150, something like that. 100, 150.
So you've 10 times.
Close to coming up on that. That was it was a festival. It was wild. It was just madness, dude. I mean, it was like after COVID.
Oh shit.
And everybody's just craving that thing. So like that energy, I'll never forget for the rest of my life. It was just a wild party. We were playing a set. We're playing in the middle of a stash on our Saturday night set, and we hear these like blood curdling screams coming from the river, and we're just like, what the fuck? You know, and someone was just having a time down there. I see this girl the next morning. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? She's like, I feel awesome.
Just had to scream it out.
Yeah. And that was kind of like the vibe. There was like a lot of just like getting everything out.
Well, we were all like bottled up for 2 years, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that I can't think of another time that I've gone through anything quite that fucked and weird.
Yeah. It was weird. And we talked about this before, but that is kind of a lot of the excitement from Mojo Fest the community gets. It started right after that. What was your question? Oh, like we've grown a lot since then. Yeah.
I had a question, Jack.
I don't know.
Crazy. I think that like providing something like this every year for all of us, it not only does it create the community, but it also helps you guys that are in the bands be better at doing what you do, because I think that playing your own festival is a different animal than playing another festival or a show at the Get Down or something else. Do you approach the set differently for Mojo Fest than you would something else?
I get really nervous.
Really?
Sort of, until the music starts. For sure.
So everything leading up to it.
I trip out on
Yeah, because it's just a classic thing. It's like you make these big, like create these big mountains in your head, you know?
Yep.
But I think Aaron and I talked about this last year when I was really, really nervous. And then like watching some of the sets before us, Family Mystic, watching them, and they played so well. And I was like, you know what? Even if we fuck this up, people are gonna remember it's awesome because it like everybody else is doing so great, and it just kind of like I just was relaxed. So it's getting out of your own way, and that's the best thing you can do.
It's definitely probably the closest you guys ever stick to a set list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every show they give me a set
That
list.
can make sense. That makes sense though.
it
So you don't have to think too much on the fly. Like you're already thinking too much on the fly. So like if you can have a structured set list and just slay it, that's the best.
Why do you think they're sticking to it here?
Because like last year we had the wizard gag, and so like that had like cues. We had wizards coming on stage, but there's also generally a little bit of a theme to the set, and they go off of it, but it's definitely the closest that Bodie will stick to. Because for a normal show, I get the set list before the show. I would say they make it through the first song before it
Audibles the whole rest of
the whole
Bail,
time.
bail,
Yeah,
bail.
Nothing's the same.
Well, all I know is Ollie will never forget the morning dew from last year.
Dude.
That
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thanks, man.
I think that the sets that I've seen of you guys, Sponge and Family Mystic at Mojo Fest, respectively, have made me, and I think Mel and Apple say the same thing, see you guys in a different light each time. Like I feel like each Mojo Fest that we've seen you at is a level up each time. Last year, I was like, my jaw was on the ground.
Last year was
Holy
especially
fucking shit,
special.
We get to have these guys in our scene here. Like, wow.
It's just like, maybe it's because of our age. Maybe, you guys are kind of like around our daughter's age or whatever. And to see you all doing such an incredible job at getting along, first of all.
Yeah.
That's huge. Getting along, and then like having love for something outside of yourselves. Like you're doing something for the scene, you're doing something for the culture. And it's not just like, I'm trying to get my name out, I'm trying to get the band to be bigger and better, which I'm sure that's always the objective, but like you can tell that that's not the reason. And it's a really proud moment, I think, just because we're all in the scene together in various ways, and to see how mature you all have been, it's inspiring. It's very inspiring. And so it feels like the three of us were like, oh my God, look at them up there. They're doing great.
And Jack mentioned, we were talking outside before, and you said patience, kind of like taking little bits. I think that's a big thing too. It's like you said, I get really anxious until the kick drop.
Oh, you do too? Okay.
Because it's like months and months of planning, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait,
I
have to turn on music. You're still thinking about like, oh, I wonder if that porta potty's been cleaned. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's where having somebody like Blake is, and Baby Boy and all the other people that are handling little stuff or bigger stuff. That's where that comes in clutch, because then you have the freedom in your head to not have to worry about the fucking porta potty. You could think about the show. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like I remember the second one, the first one that we made it to, your second one at that campground, you were just like a blur.
Yeah.
The whole time. Every
so
time it was like, you're like, I want to say hi, but I don't have time. Welcome to the festival. You were just choop everywhere. And to have that freedom now is amazing, and just makes the performances better.
It definitely helps keep it puts a smile on my face, because we can throw this big party with all of our friends and everyone's having as good a time as we are.
Totally.
I think we have to say too that like, thanks to you guys for including us. All this
Every
time.
year, baby. We hope you guys come every
This is
year.
fucking, it's an honor for us.
It really is.
Man. Like, if you think about like what No Simple Road is, at least through my eyes, I started doing this just like kind of out of the blue. There was no like long-term plan. I just sat down and started talking, and to have it become what it is, and then to have other people dig it and include us in cool shit, that's an honor for us.
Well, you guys bring a really special thing that no one else, we don't know who else to reach to for it. Like you have a very special thing that you can contribute to our festival.
Very particular set of skills.
Very I will find you, and I will talk to you for 45 minutes.
Yes. And we'll make it rain.
We will be relentless.
Oh, you motherfuckers did make it rain, dude. I mean, that was
Where's
wild.
Where's that tree now? The one that you guys planted last year.
I think it's at Rhythms Ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we
didn't
can-
get planted there.
We can talk about what Aaron and Apple and I talked about a few weeks ago. So No Some More Road's going to be opening up the fest.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's right.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
So-
we
remember
did.
now,
I
Jack.
remember.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna
did.
leave it all up to you what you want to do. But again, like that thing about we try to sometimes like the ball gets rolling, and you don't have that you forget to like think about where you're at and why you're here and who brought you here and like the greater meaning of things or like what you're doing here. So I think starting off the festival like that is going to be really, really cool. I know Aaron shot me a couple ideas and yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I like I said, it's an honor for us to do that. And to be opening it up, we're like setting the tone
Yeah.
for what's going to go down. So yeah, we'll figure something cool out.
Yeah,
It won't be fire, I promise.
No, we already decided. Yeah,
No.
we did Earth the first. We did Earth,
And that was kind of like
We-
not planned either. That the way that
Yeah.
came about. Sometimes we like to plan, and other times we're like, okay, we'll just make it up on the fly,
Yeah.
right? Well, I think it's always the latter that makes it a little bit more special because, first of all, we're all into improvisation. You know,
I was gonna say that's
that's
improv.
our thing, right? But of course, sometimes you have to have a set list, right? Like to go off of, and each year it really felt like we were drawn to do that thing, like with that Rhythms Ground, like that. It felt so right. It felt right to do that. And then last year,
All
that
the water stuff came together.
Yeah, to be able to integrate, the dance aspect. Like we didn't plan on that. We worked that in, and it was one of the best.
Yeah, none of us had any idea.
performances.
With Jack, when you reached out to us and we're like, "Hey, I want to run something past you." The ladies with the water dance, and we're like, "Well, check this out." It
we
fell
planning.
into place and went perfect, and we made it right.
I remember, Jesus Christ.
It's by the way, it did rain. It was not supposed to. And if you look back, because I looked back a week later, I was like, what the fuck? Why did it rain? It said 0 inches of rain around the whole area. It was
And
like,
it was just like a short period too.
Yeah.
It was like the
what?
Charlie
It was
Brown. It was like the Charlie
everybody
Brown
up getting
cloud.
out. Sorry about that.
No, we needed it. It was like a good cleansing. It really was.
I remember I don't remember what night it was, but it was the night before we were going to do our thing last year. And we had a whole set list, a whole plan of the way the thing was supposed to go. And it was in the middle of your set or something. And I turned to Apple and Mel. I was like, we're not doing anything
Scrap
that we
that.
talked about. None of it. We're just going to go up there. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And we just went for it. And I think that's when the best shit happens, man.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you get inspired in the moment. You start seeing what people are doing and what they're into and like what the air around you feels
Yeah, you
like.
gotta get a
And then
feel
it's
for
like,
that.
man, we can't go off of that. But it was nice to have something in our back pocket to be like, okay, we feel prepared. But it's great. I wonder, okay, for last year, what's like a special moment for each one of you that stands out?
Oh, that's a good question.
And it can be music or it can just be like seeing anything that happened, but you like remember it, something you.
I've got one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, so we were camped near you guys. We were also camped next to Dave from Yak Attack and Wiz Chabucos. And they were singing 90s hit songs.
Oh my God, I remember that.
at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to hang out, but I wanted to hang out outside of the circle. So we were inside of my RV, just hanging out, doing ketamine, and they're just playing hit after hit after hit, and like hearing Dave like that happy and singing, and like Wiz Chabucos, like just we were so happy in there. Every time we walk out, they'd be like, "Hey!"
I was right next to you guys too. Right?
Oh yeah,
That's when I found out
We're all over in that one spot.
that was
there.
so fun.
That's when I found out that Apple AirPod Pros rule.
Oh yeah, the noise canceling. Yeah.
All right.
I think my favorite, it was more like a realization where like we planned the wizard thing and I was so excited to see it and I was so excited to watch it, kind of roll out. And then I realized I couldn't see any of it going on. And I realized at that moment it wasn't for me, right? It's like you planned it. It's like it's not for the band. Like it feels good, you know what's going on. But then as soon as a little B came up on stage, I was like, oh, he's here. The wizard thing. You kind of like gray out a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
That's dope.
I think I'm gonna go off the wizard thing too. It was like, man, I don't know. You shoot high, and like we have all these big ideas and stuff, and it just is the same thing. We had a plan, and then some things just don't happen in the moment, you know. But like, so we did this. I guess if you weren't there last year, we played the Wizard by Black Sabbath. And we did a disappearing magic trick with one wizard. He disappeared from the bus and appeared in a giant orb ball to the side. But as
Siegfried and Roy would be proud.
Yeah, and the motley crew of people that were supposed to hoist the second wizard up. It was a long day, a long night, and everybody's feeling weird, feeling good. So like they stepped on the power cord, cut the power to the ball. And this is Audrey and Jason, by the way.
I remember standing right there.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be this glowing, shiny ball, and then they had to scramble to get that fixed. Champagne Steve, Stellar Steve, he steps up on the ladder. The ladder breaks, so he can't appear into the ball. So they have to hoist him up, and while they do that, his baggy pants fall to the floor.
Yep.
So nobody's seeing this, by the way. This is like, of all the hundreds of people that were there, no one's going on inside the ball. No one's what's going on, but like his pants are down. They're trying to get him up in the ball. And I didn't know that at the time, but I saw a video and it was just, I don't know. That's
fucking hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious to me that all that's going on and everybody's just see his head pop up every once in a while.
And with the smoke that was filling the ball. And I was part of that. I mean, Jason, we're trying to hold it up. And I was right there in case they needed any help. And now that's the cool thing too. There's so many people around that are willing to help right there, like to pull it off. And
and also
that
nobody knows
humorous.
what
Pants
it's supposed to be, so it's not really a disappointment for anybody. You know what I mean? Like we don't know.
Maybe it's like, oh, cool, the wizard. He's back. Look at his head.
Maybe a little bit.
Wizard.
There's a lot of confused people on that one for sure.
There was after, I think it was the Saturday night, it was after all the music on the main stage was done, we were walking back to camp with Chris Cooch and all of us, and Chris was like, hey, you want me to play a secret set in your camp? It's like, fuck yeah. He's like, I brought all my stuff. So he came and he set up like his looper and his whole little setup and played an acoustic set in the No Simple Road camp for like 45 minutes. It was
amazing.
One of the coolest things I've ever experienced.
That's my favorite moment.
That's like a core memory in my life.
Do we bring that back this year?
Well, we have some intel.
What do we got?
And
what do we got?
Something might happen, but also we like surprises. So we look for the No Simple Road camp maybe on one of those nights. And if you hear something, who knows?
And I would walk over there and find out what's going on.
Was that one of your favorite moments?
That was my
Absolutely.
absolute favorite.
It was very organic. We were all walking back, and maybe even if he had it in his head, it just the way that it worked out, it couldn't have happened any better.
I kind of thought he was kidding.
And and it took like maybe 5 minutes for him to come and get his stuff, and then it wasn't like, okay, now it's happening. He just started playing, and then organically the attention
everybody
shifting.
kind of just floated in and sat down. Everybody was just quiet, like wrapped watching
and
this
I
guy
think
do
even
his
Dave
thing.
from Yakutat came in. Like we had a bunch of like visitors come in and out, and it was kind of emotional. It was
you're gonna make me cry.
It was very emotional, and he was playing some really beautiful stuff, and it was just, where everybody's at like after, around 1 p.m., 1 a.m., 1:30 or whatever, and like
good and
1
cooked.
p.m. Exactly. It was so sweet and so necessary, and it was just a really great time, and I'm looking forward to what happens this year. What secret stuff happens this year.
I was gonna say that kind of embodies what you guys bring to doing the like live podcast at a festival, because a lot of people go, they dance, and if they're not into the band, they still listen, but they're in the background or something. But like watching a podcast, you're just like listening like intentionally.
Very true.
And I feel like that introduces like a mindfulness, I guess, you don't get when you're just running around bug-eyed partying.
Thank you for saying that, Chris.
The whole weekend. And
it's so true, because it was different. It was like a listening room. It turned into that, and he wasn't there for applause or for high energy. He was there to like bring people in and like share time together in a different way. But music was still the center.
He's such a dope human being.
Yeah, just shout out to Chris Cooch. We love you so much.
Love you, Chris.
It goes back to that improvisation thing too, though. It's like, I mean, I really believe in that thing of magic. Magic comes when you like open yourself up, and plans are good too, but like. To quote Matt Butler, plan to improvise. I love that. It's like you gotta you never know what's gonna happen if you just open it up.
Let go of expectation.
Have
and
you
just
all-
kind of be in the moment and let it go.
Have you all played with Matt Butler with Everyone Orchestra?
He comes practices with us sometimes.
Yeah?
He does the EO thing. And
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's fun.
So, different bands that weren't there last year. Who's different this year? I know Disco is coming.
Disco, man, they're fucking everywhere this summer.
Hardest working folks.
on every festival.
Yeah. They're hardworking dudes. Disco. Who else we got, Jer?
Okay, we'll
get back to you.
Yeah.
Disco, Chalk Dinosaur,
The Works. Yeah.
Oh, the Works.
Wait a
That's
minute.
right. Yes.
Isn't Chalk Dinosaur what Jordan was listening to with us last night? Didn't he say? I think so.
No, it's water. Something water. Somebody water.
Water dinosaur.
A different dinosaur.
Okay, but here I just pulled it up. The official lineup. We got Chalk Dinosaur, Disco, Sponge, Family Mystic, Walian, Chicken Shit Gamblers, Supernatural Beavers,
Who are coming over to the house tomorrow.
The Gold Souls, JC Proof, Super Secret, Hard Maybe. When the band left the 10th, sorry guys, on my eyes.
Left on 10th. Wasn't that? Didn't that used to be Left on Wilson?
No, left two different bands.
Yeah, you got to take a right at some point, dude. We're
You're going in circles now.
Yeah.
Spencer Maryland Band and artist at large Charlie Brown.
Y'all know Charlie Brown?
No.
He's the keyboardist in Mono Neon.
Oh,
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Also,
yeah.
Greater Kind too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Kind
I don't know how to
Portland.
say Marcelo's last name.
Gutron.
Gutron.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marcelo Gutron band as well.
So we got some returners: Sponge, Walian, Family Mystic. I mean, we grew up.
Chicken Shit
We
Gamblers.
grew,
coming back.
we grew
They're
up
the
with Sponge and Family Mystic.
Yeah.
Like those guys are such a huge part of Mojo Family Fest. But again, it's like we try to. So there's a core and there's no rules each year, but we do try to make it different. So the Gold Souls are a really cool band. They got female-led singers, horns, like a 7-piece, and they're from California.
Sick.
And dude, I'll give them a shout out real quick. So we had like over 100 applications, and not that you have to write an essay to us or anything like that, but like I do read every one, and like it was very clear they wanted to play. They're like, we've had our eye on this festival for a while. We love what you guys do. And like that really meant a lot, because like part of the thing is like, do you really, really want to play this festival? That's not a requirement or anything. Like sometimes you just got to make a
people
buck.
that are hungry to do it.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I guess I'll do it.
But it was really cool. And I read that application and there's like a lot. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, so they're really great. We got some Seattle bands, Hard Maybes from Seattle. One that's not on there, we'll give them a shout out. Some young cats from Seattle.
Yeah, is that Rose Peak?
Rose
Right?
Peak.
Yeah.
Dude, we played with them in Seattle a couple weeks ago, and we're like, oh, who are these young cats, And then we're just like, whoa.
Young.
Oh,
Cats.
young.
Very
too?
mind-blowing.
Young
Like
cats?
20.
Rose Peak.
Rose Peak. Yeah.
Okay.
They're like jazzy, like it's everything I love about like jam music, where it's like intricate and it gets swelly and loud, but like maybe it's because they're younger or whatever, but their energy is like always 100%, even if the song is mellow. Does that make sense?
Wow. Yeah.
So it's
They're
like
in
they're
it.
always like fully invested and like not like checking each other. Like they're always just kind of like autopilot. We got this, and that was really cool to
It's
see.
pretty cool to see. So they're not actually on this lineup because we played that show with them. We're like,
And then you're
hey,
like,
hey guys. But that's kind of how, I don't know. It's like you got to like flow with things, and we feel good about like things like that. It's like
That speaks to the intentionality. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Intentionality of it.
Baby boy, give us like the sales pitch of Mojo Family Fest. nobody knows about it.
Why do I want to buy a ticket?
Well, wait a minute. You see some people, they look like they'd want to come, but they don't even know nothing about it. How do they know? What are you going to say to them?
I mean, I do it all the time.
Yeah, I just want to hear it.
It's always in the moment. I mean, I'm just like, you guys like jam music, and then
yes, I do.
And then I'm just like, it's all the best P&W jam bands coming together. Like, just like you guys say, like, it's family. It's family. We flow down the river. We have a good time. We listen to music, and we just make friends. Aww. One of the best things that I ever overheard at Mojo Family Fest was someone who had never been there before, and they're like, man, it feels like everybody's friends here. And like, that's something I always find so beautiful about Mojo Family Fest. During the Supernatural Beaver set, I was sitting between Chris and Jack and a bunch of our friends and Jack's family. And the Supernatural Beavers are playing, and all of our friends are on stage. And I looked around and I just started crying because of what we wrote. It was so beautiful.
I remember that.
And everyone's just having a good time, and like everyone's there for each other. And the music is amazing.
Yeah.
I think if
that's a great elevator pitch. I love it. I'm there. Sign me up.
Clip that.
Yeah, right. I think if you keep that perspective on this, you guys, don't worry about like numbers and all that. Like, it'll grow on its own because of the attitude that you have, right? You get what I'm saying? As soon as like the numbers and the metrics of something start to take precedence over the feeling, that's when things start getting wobbly,
muddy.
And if you just keep that heart to this thing, it'll just continue to grow organically every year and be exactly what it's supposed to be and not what you want it to be.
And
5 years
the
in.
family fest is the best thing, because like last year you had your family there. Got to meet several of your year before we got to see Harrison in a totally different light.
That was
We never
sweet.
saw
That
him.
was so
when he
sweet.
had when he had his family and he was like on good behavior, kind of.
He's like babysitting pretty much.
And he was so sweet
was
with his
on it.
nieces,
Yeah.
and like it would like it really is a family affair, and we get to. For all of us up here, we get to see everybody that maybe we haven't seen in a while. It could have been a month or so since the last show we were all at, but it brings everybody together for days, and it just feels like home. Like Aaron said, when we leave there, you're not depleted. You're like energized and you're excited about our town and Oregon,
Totally.
and it just revitalizes that every time. It's the thing we've been looking most forward to. We don't
This
have a
year,
lot
for
on
sure.
the docket for summer. But that, that and Phish.
I'll be honest, man. Like we burn out on going to festivals. We just
we definitely
went
slowed
hard,
down.
very hard for 5 years.
Yeah.
With that, and really burn out. And Mojo Fest for us is a no brainer.
Yeah,
like we turned down going to Hula last year.
Wow.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm doing,
And that's
Mojo
what we
Fest.
actually really wanted to do. All three of us really wanted to do Hula. We would ask so many different artists, like, what's your favorite festival to go to?
Hula, by far.
It was just like everyone said that. And so we were like super stoked, finally get this opportunity to do it. And we couldn't muster the strength. We were just like seriously burnt out. And so it really made us change our game plan, like going forward, like, we're in this for the long haul, but how can we stay in the long haul without like
killing ourselves or going insane?
Yeah, because then you're like, I don't even want to fucking listen to music anymore. It's like, no, music is our healer. So we need to like, how do we kind of bring it back to where it's sacred again? It's exciting, it's fun, it's healing. And we had to like pick and choose. And like for us, Phish is always a no-brainer because it fills our cup. But like, what else? We want to pour back into the scene and into our own backyard. And this is like Aaron said, it's like a no-brainer for us. It's like whether we're going to be there on stage or not, we're there, period.
Yep. We had like a No Simple Road business meeting in like end of January, February, talk about like, what are we going to do this year? And I was like, I don't think I want to do any big festivals. I want to do Mojo Fest and keep it open. And everybody was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the family thing I think about a lot, and honestly, like I struggle with it a little bit. Like I don't want people to come in and be like turned off by that notion.
Got it.
And I resonate with
Good
that
call.
feeling
Yeah.
of going into a situation where it seems like this really close knit community, a clique, and I don't ever want it to feel like you can be left out or something, or like, oh, you weren't there last year, dude. Last year, you know,
Yes.
it's like that type of energy just like kind of bugs me. So
You weren't there in 97?
yeah, right.
I saw Jared.
I was
You weren't there for
three.
meatball summer. Whatever.
That's a really good for you to think of, Jack, because I think that when you are close knit, it can seem exclusive or exclusionary.
Yeah.
But I think that the people that we're all talking about are so welcoming that I don't see too much of that, and I haven't experienced too much of that. Even last year, we had some random dude in our tent, and nobody knew somebody. We all thought
Everybody
somebody
thought
else
somebody
knew him.
knew
This
him.
got weird.
And it ends up nobody
Yeah.
knew him or why he was there, and he had a big old nitrous tank all to himself with one balloon. That was his personal balloon.
Yeah, but like even that just kind of ended up like
Getting
taking care of
diffused.
itself. But like
Yeah.
he was in a tent that he didn't know, and it was okay. And that was my point. Like we weren't like kicking him out. It was just like, oh, so and so
Cool,
no.
he came in. And
And
he's
so
got
I
a
just
tank. Sweet.
I feel like that speaks to the family aspect, maybe PH family or you know a different
Yeah.
type of F family where
Lowercase F.
yeah we're
It's a lowercase f.
yeah, lowercase f. Like we're all in the same scene. We're all in this Pacific Northwest. That's the family we're talking
Or fuck
about.
it, it's all caps. It's all caps, baby.
Yeah.
It is family. I mean, but family is what you whatever you want it
Come
to
on,
be.
Yes, it
Bring
is.
your blood family, like bring your chosen family, and
Make new family.
yeah. Sometimes I don't know, but yeah, that feeling of family. I know some people can get turned off by it. I don't know.
I
It's just
think
something I want to. It's not like this like thing, you
Yeah,
know.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say because last year, like I had close friends who went last year for the first time, and they're not really in the scene, right? Or they're not like into the whole like huggy, everyone's
Yeah.
giving hugs and everyone's touchy. Like they're really not physical people. So that turned them off from it. But like growing up, going to shows, you always want to go with like your squad. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun to
your
do it in
crew.
a big group. But after Rhythm's Ground, I found myself appreciating like, oh, there's cool bands in town. I'm just gonna go pop over and check it out. Versus like trying to get a whole
your whole
squad
posse.
together.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like you can, I don't know, it's a very safe space for you to enjoy it the way you want versus being like, oh, I have to be a festival. I have to wear like rave stuff.
Yeah,
know?
you can,
Like,
you can be
it's not like
anonymous
that.
or not.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's got a good read on that there too, where it's like that person, I can tell they don't want to be rushed up to and given a huge hug, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and that's their thing, you know?
I think that's apparent in the energy of the festival is that like you don't have to know everybody there. Just come check it out. And then simply by you being there, you're a part of.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I really dig about this particular one, because it's small enough to feel like a community that anybody can be a part of just by being there. And that's special.
Yeah.
You know, like you go to Lock-In or the Peach when it was happening or whatever. There's so many fucking people there. You don't get that feeling of like community and family. It's just people. And so that's why stuff like this is special, man. And I think that you guys have the right perspective and attitude towards it, that it's going to, like I said a minute ago, it's going to continue to grow without you having to like pull levers and dials, and just keep doing what you've been doing. And it's going to be dope.
Well,
Continue.
Thank you.
We've already got the data. It's 5 years in, and you've grown almost
Oh yeah.
X amount percent,
It's
right?
growing, baby.
So, I
Getting
mean,
bigger.
just within that, whatever you're doing, copy that for the next, 5, 10, whatever happens.
I
The
want to tell people where they can get tickets real quick.
Yeah.
And then I have one last thing I want to talk to you guys about.
Can I say too? We did I think miss 2 bands on that lineup because they're above everyone else. But one is Bodie Mojo,
And the
and right next to them is the Works.
the words.
Yeah,
I read the
Yeah, yeah.
paragraph and not the
We want to give a huge shout out to the Works. I mean, like, it's wild for us. I used to listen to the Works back in college, so it's really
Oh,
cool.
really?
It's so fucking cool
Right
that this is
on.
happening. And then 2 days after Mojo Family Fest, we did a post party at the Goodfoot, and I met the drummer Rob Chafin, who you guys have met too.
we love you,
dope.
Rob.
The
Shout out,
fucking
Rob.
man.
Yes, he is.
And
And,
I was like-
his girl Madison. Shout out to her.
Yep,
She's-
Madeline.
Sorry.
Yep.
Madison.
And I was like, "What are you doing at the Goodfoot?" And one thing led to another. So thank you to the
Wow.
Works. Thank you to Rob
Yeah,
Chafin for
that's
coming out
exciting.
here, flying
that's
out.
exciting.
So where do they go for tickets?
They can go to bodimojo.com. It's probably the shortest way, or on the Instagram page at Mojo Family Fest.
There'll be a link to this in the show notes. So if you want to buy tickets out there, you just go click in your phone and do the link and stuff.
It's a good deal.
Yes, it is.
We have the 4 for 3 deal going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this will probably be out before then, but
This will be out Friday.
okay, cool. We'll have some other kind of promo going at that time, but yeah, right now you can purchase a 4 for 3 ticket deal. Get some friends and stuff. We've had people doing that, which
That's
is really
awesome.
cool. Yeah,
For 20, no deals.
yeah, I know. I know.
So lastly, this has nothing to do with Mojo Fest. Tell me about the Phish White Eagle.
Oh, good. Thank God.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Jeremy, this was Jeremy's idea.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Jeremy books for us.
Let me just say, I wish we could have.
Yeah, I
been
wish
there
we
with
would have
you.
talked about.
I know.
Yeah.
But there's so much going on with so many different groups. It's hard to like make something,
And then
with everybody included.
Fish is in town. Everyone's chomping at the bit.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
are.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's also it's gonna be a long night too. So it's like
Oh, yeah.
you can
That's
you
right.
Can do 3 different.
Yeah, because you guys are doing something over at Fire on the Mountain before.
Pre-party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pre-party, and
Pre-party.
then
3 to 5.
we're gonna have an after party here at the house. So
Cool.
all 3 of you are invited if you're not doing whatever
Appreciate it.
else.
So tell me about the Phish.
So we are also throwing a pre-party.
Yeah.
So we will be at the White Eagle playing 2 sets, 3 to 6, and then after Phish, we'll be at the White Eagle. The White Eagle's 4 minutes. From
Oh,
the
you're
Moda
going
Center.
back?
Yeah, so we're going
Okay.
back, and we're playing 11 to I think 1:45.
Wait.
Dang.
Let me get this straight. From the Phish show, back to the White Eagle
Back to the White Eagle.
to actually play
Play a show.
an instrument.
yeah.
Dang.
Good luck.
I know.
That's exciting.
Dude, I've left Fish shows and then gone to play on lot, like when I was on tour on the East Coast, and it was the weirdest shit of all time. I mean, just being in lot sometimes, and you're just it'll put some hair in your ears, But this is a little different. We're treating this like a show. I'm with my 4 other best friends on stage playing
Yeah.
music. But yeah, Jeremy's not kidding. It's one max stop from, so you can get out of the Moda, take the next max stop. You'll be there. You can
Dang.
walk. It's 15 minutes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, tickets are $10 online. It is ticketed separately. So
Okay.
This is
each event.
bodimojo.com as well.
BodyMojo.com.
Yeah, bodimojo.com. So the pre-party and post-party are ticketed as 2 separate events. So if you only want to go to one, just get a ticket for one.
You said the post party goes from when to when?
It goes from 11 to 1:30, 1:40.
Oh, okay.
Around
I
that. Yeah.
heard a 6 in there. I was like, what?
No, I wish.
Oh my God.
We got to leave at we'll leave at the encore, and they're gonna play
They said,
Harpua, and
they
then
said
we're
3
gonna
to
fucking
6 in the first thing. That's what it was.
I'm excited for the pre-party because it's like you get all those like Phish show excitement out because I feel like I'm gonna leave all my gear and just hightail it to the Moda Center
Yep.
and catch as much as I can before I have to be back.
So you just said a Harpua encore?
I was just saying, like, we're gonna have to leave at the encore, and they're gonna like start playing like the coolest fucking song.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing.
That's my I've been chasing that. I've
Really?
never seen a Harpua,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm
Maybe
hoping.
it'll happen, man.
Now that you said it.
yeah.
Sean gets to tackle you.
Yeah. Mel actually swears she has like a psychic link to Trey's mind. And
During Dick's, there's something between me and Trey that happens, and I can't explain
the whole
it.
set just to me.
But I can't explain it. But I've convinced you and a couple other people that were standing around.
It was fucking uncanny.
It was pretty.
It was weird. I
called like
Back
almost
there,
every song.
way back there in the stands.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Well, we had we were there.
Line
They were
of
our
sight.
12 o'clock.
Jack was with us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So there was something. I don't know. There was something up that time, but also the year before when we were kind of off to the side, that there was like some special connection, and I don't know. I literally feel Trey.
she was like calling songs and there was no tease.
Oh, you were having a moment. You were having a
I was
motherfucking
like,
night.
how the fuck did she?
But it
just
was
do
several
that?
times like that weekend, and then like
The science.
okay, the science that
Oh, science.
Yeah.
when does Trey ever? Why did he say that? There was no lead-in.
no.
He didn't play Weird Science. There was no. Do you know what I mean? Like there was nothing.
We had watched
about that.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia the night before,
Yeah.
and it was an episode about how science is a liar sometimes. And we kept saying science all day. Science is a liar sometimes, I swear. And then Trey's like, science. And Mel was like, ha.
I believe you. I believe you.
Is that the one with Charlie as like the professor and
Yes.
he pretends to be all smart?
Yes. Yeah.
We had never seen it before.
Well,
I had
courtesy
tried
of
to get
Andrew
them to
Sachs.
watch it. Yeah, our buddy Andrew from
Some
Philadelphia
Sachs, right? Oh, you
got
know.
them to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah,
Y'all
he
know.
got them to watch. He's all watch. He even told me he's all watch. I'll
We
get
come
them
in,
to watch it.
him and his girl had left the show early and went back to the Airbnb. And we come in like night 3, rolling in after the show. And they're like posted up on the couch with their blankets and they have the TV on and it's paused. And he's like, you guys go get changed, do what you got to do. I have something for you. Come sit down. And like,
He was thinking about it the entire time at the show, and when he came back, he's like, "Oh, we need to see this together." So he's like, "Go take your showers. Go like they had like food, like there's a whole like spread,
Had
and
it
we
set.
like it was."
And they got it. I had tried to get I'd never tried to get Mel to watch it, but Aaron would come in when I was watching and be
what the
like,
fuck is this
"The fuck
dumbass
is
show?"
this, dude? What were they?
Always
even
Sunny.
What are they
Yeah.
even doing?" And then they got it that night. And we're laughing so hard.
You know what you have to get over is like these people are awful. Because I
Yes.
used to watch that show and I'm like, I didn't get it either. I was like, I hate this fucking shit. And then I was like, oh, these are terrible people. Okay, this
They're mean
is
to
funny.
They're mean to each other. They're mean to themselves. Frank is a fucking derelict. Like
it's awesome. It's really fucking funny. And then to have that happen, I was like, okay, you know, I've heard that shit my whole life. I've a fucking whatever. And then that happened. I was like, oh, wow. I can't not say
Well, I
that
love
it didn't
Sunny
happen.
too, because then me and Andrew are discussing episodes for them to watch at a later date once we return home.
The Lord.
And it's like Frank's Little Beauties. He's
That
like,
Frank's
oh, they
Little
need to watch
Beauties
about.
episode.
They need like
Holy
10
shit.
episodes before they even approach Frank's Little Beauties. Like certain episodes, it's like you need to kind of know who they are to get some of the
so
episodes.
Speaking of Phish, because let's end with this. We got this PNW run about to go down. What one song do you want to see?
Coyote.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one.
I want a bathtub jam.
I've never gotten a contact, so I'm
Oh,
and it's
shit.
It's like honestly, I don't know if I love the song. I love the song, but I've never gotten one, so I want that.
All right.
Yes. Cities. I love that. I love when they do it. It's just one of my favorites of all time.
I already gave mine, Harpua.
I'm changing mine up because I always say Steam. I want to see Monsters. Got to see Monsters last year. Monsters off the new album. It's so good.
I'm gonna do a little comma. Don't doubt me.
Nice.
Those are my
And
two.
a half hour, no quarter encore.
We have a Phish lottery going if you guys want to get in on it.
I'd love to. I don't have a ticket.
Is it like the point system one where it's like you like the bust
it's
outs versus
20 songs over the 3-night run, and then 5 tiebreaker songs for San Francisco.
If there's a tie.
And it's $10 buy-in. Whoever gets the most songs
Gets
wins
the pot.
Okay.
I mean,
friendly gamble.
Exactly. Fun. Oh, Jack. You look.
What's the look?
I need money, dude.
You got swirly eyed all of a sudden.
I got some.
I'm good at this shit.
Well, I'll
Dude,
throw it
$10
out there
is
for
an
all
easy
our
buy-in.
listeners. I
Come
told
on.
you and Sean
else got
yesterday.
it on one.
I'm calling a Blaze On opener for Portland.
That's so
because
on the
it's
nose.
420
If they don't do
in
that,
Portland,
I know-
It just
I know-
makes
Not
sense.
doing that.
I know Phish has
It
this
could be
thing of
too
like
obvious.
never trying to do, but that would just be honestly a fucking tragedy because it's 420 and you're playing at the Blazer Stadium and
Yeah.
I don't even know. It wouldn't be the Phish joke. I would be disappointed.
No,
Would
you
it be
or
funny
would
because
you?
it's on the nose?
It's so on the nose.
It's so in your
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Trey has like a 3-foot huge joint
Yeah.
that's come
Oh, okay.
out.
Do you realize how we'll close with this.
We keep saying that.
All right, wait.
Yeah, this is it. But like, okay, the reason that Phish is special to me because we can all do this. We can like pick a song, remember a time, swear we have connections with them, like, be too on the nose, all these expectations. There's not a lot of things that pull that out in you. As a community, we can all just talk about that.
The only other thing is sports.
That's why Phish is special to me. Why is it special to you, babe?
Because you and I got into it together. I was a couple of years before you, but we like dug in to Phish together.
Yeah.
And like, it's dope for me to see you knowing shit about them that I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Like when you made me that card that's over there with all the song lyrics, like
I was there for that.
Yeah, that
I
was
heard you read that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Too stupid to turn it over and find out I got a trip.
Jack, why is Phish special to you?
Oh man, dude, I don't know. It's just it changed my life. I didn't know music could be that like fun and shit. That's hard to explain.
No, I get
that's
that.
it right there. It changed your life. Like
Yeah.
that's a big one.
It's they're the masters of surprise, you know, and they got the I think I take a lot of inspiration from that. It's like we love the inside joke thing. Like a lot of like jokes we do are just for us or like they're silly to us and they're just about like having fun. It seems like pure intentions, you know, and then I've just had
Pure intentions.
I've had like, you know, crazy tough times at a Phish show and I've had wild spiritual times. It's the whole range. So like when I'm ready to take that on, because sometimes you don't know what you're getting into. When I'm like, if they're within 10 hours, I cannot miss a Phish show kind of thing. I like that ride. I like
Yes.
the way they do things. I like the cut of their jib.
They're the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas.
What about you, baby boy? Why is Phish special to you?
I think, I wasn't really into Phish. I was into just like, I loved Galactic. I followed them and I loved Keller Williams. I never got into Phish until I went to the Gorge and I went out there. And I only went Sunday because my best friend unfortunately passed away the week before. And we were going to go see Modest Mouse together that weekend. So I went to the Modest Mouse show. And then 2 days later, I went for the Sunday Gorge show.
Oh, wow.
And Jack's up there and Sponge is up there. First time I got to hang out
Yeah.
with Sponge. And they played afterwards. And like, I lost everybody immediately at the show. And I see Jack after the show. I go, this is the best night of my life.
Oh,
And it was just beautiful.
He meant it
yeah.
too.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
I think, well, it's kind of cool because the first show in 2011, I went for like one of the nights of the New Year's run.
Yeah.
And I remember not really being into it. Like I heard a couple, like sister's boyfriend was playing Waste at a cafe sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
But then after that, it changed my perspective of like what live music is. Cause I was doing like Flux Pavilion and like kind of like the more electronic scene when I was younger. And then I watched that interview with Trey and like Charlie Rose, I think it was Charlie Rose, where he's like, well, first time I saw the Dead, it changed his idea of what music could be. And that's kind of why they did what they did. And I was like, wow, cool. You know, that was kind of like early, I love Phish kind of moments. But yeah, it's sort of like universal, like, wow, you changed the whole story, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're in like uncharted territory. We were talking about this last night with Jordan. Like the Dead found this place and learned how to do the thing there. And these guys like took inspiration from that and were finding that place on their own in their way and have done it for 40 years now. Yeah. And so we're in like uncharted territory at this point with them because that thing has grown into something beyond what the Dead were doing with it in a real organic kind of a way. That thing with the crowd and the band themselves and the crowd, all of it. And so I think it's dope. Like the experience I've had the last 2 Dick's runs, I can't even like talk about it. It's so big and crazy and weird. And I've like never had that at shows like that. So it's dope. What about you, Apple? Why is it special for you, Phish?
Phish?
No, Phish.
Well, first off is because like with the podcast, it's we're off duty other than like doing the pre thing like we did last year and stuff. It's our total celebration time. for the three of us, because usually when we're going to shows, we're kind of on duty and we're doing something.
You said duty.
That's one of the things I love. It's our until Trey and Mike and all of them start hitting us up to interview them live on stage, you know. So, but it's a time for us to really cut loose, and then it's also so fun. It's the only band I know besides the Grateful Dead where people that we know and so like want to follow them around the country,
and Bodhi Mojo
that want to go see every show.
Follow us to Southeast Portland, baby.
It's one of those things. It has that draw to it. Every show is so exciting and different and everything, and especially Dick's, like meeting at like it's middle of the country. We get to see people we haven't seen since the year before.
Yeah, it's a pilgrimage.
That meet up there. Even ones we didn't become family or friends with, just the acquaintances we met in the crowd. You see them again. Just the draw of it. It is like it's the greatest party on earth. It took over, just like Grateful Dead used to have that the greatest show on earth. Yep. Now Phish is kind of that for everybody.
Ooh, you just made me think of a song I want to see more than Harpua. I gotta change my answer.
What?
When the circus comes to town.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Los Lobos.
Fucking love that.
All right, y'all. Well, catch Bodhi Mojo at the Phish after party at the White Eagle, pre and post at the White Eagle from 3 to 6, and then again from
11 to 1:30.
11 to 1:30, 420, babies.
And then go get your tickets for Mojo Family Fest. BodhiMojo.com is where you're going to go for that. Or you can go to their Instagram if you don't already follow them. Just look up Bodhi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mojo.
and the dates are June 27th through June 29th.
That's right. Last weekend of June. We like the ring of that. It's a good spot.
Yeah, man.
Hey, this is the only jam band festival in Oregon. There is not outdoors. There Four Peaks, bless their heart. It's an indoor festival this year, and like this is the only outdoor 3-day camping event that you can get right now.
Let's fucking go.
Get on it.
Do it. All right, everybody out there, take care of each other. Smile a stranger, safety third, hydrate, and go buy fucking tickets.
We'll see you there.
And come to the pre-party with them, and then split yourself in half and come to the other one at Fire on the Mountain in Burnside. Love y'all.
Science.
Peace.
Yeah.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? Just one simple road. Shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
The Helping Friendly podcast explores the music and fan experience of Phish through interviews and deep dives on shows and tours. For more than 10 years, we've created insightful and fun discussions about our favorite band, and with the help of our guests and thematic series, we're still discovering new angles of appreciation for Phish. And when the band is on tour, we provide a review of every show the following day. As one of our listeners said, any Phish fans that enjoy meandering conversations and incredible insight on new and old Phish shows, this is for you. Highly recommend. It's not just about the band and the shows, it's about the journey getting there. Throughout 2024, we're going to be running down the top 25 Phish tours of all time, and that'll be interspersed with show reviews and regular episodes. Join us and check out the Helping Friendly podcast wherever you get your podcasts.